A very warm good morning to all. As you all know, we all are gathered here for inaugurate our English club. So let's get started. First, we need to pray to our Almighty. So I am inviting Michelle Maria James from Standard 10C for prayer.
This is my prayer to thee, my Lord. Strike at the root to penury in my heart. Give me the strength like it to bear my joys and sorrows. This is my prayer to thee, my Lord. Strike at the root to penury in my heart. Give me the strength to make my love fruitful in service. Give me the strength never to disown the poor or bend my knees before in soul and mind. This is my prayer to thee, my Lord. Strike at the root to penury in my heart.
Now it's time for starting our cultural programs. For that, I am inviting Jubin Sunny from Standard 10E for welcoming all of you.
Good morning. Myself, Jubin Sunny. On this auspicious occasion, I stand before you with extreme pleasure on behalf of English Club inauguration in association with Little Flower Convent Higher Secondary School Korati. As we all know, typically co-curricular activities are carried out outside the normal classroom, but they supplement academic curriculum and helps in learning skills like problem solving, reasoning, critical thinking, creative thinking, communication, and collaborative activities. As we all know, English is the language of our international communication in all areas such as politics, science, media, or art. And also, English is very important for students as it broadens our minds, develops emotional skills, and help in improving our life qualities by having job opportunities. And on behalf of our English Club inauguration, wholeheartedly we welcome our beloved headmistress, Sister Elsa Jose. And sister, with your energy, enthusiasm, and focus on education and teaching, always gives us greater experience and excellence for our growth. And you, the teachers, are the mentors of the society. With great honor and pleasure, I would like to welcome all our lovable teachers. And with utmost delight, I accordingly welcome all the parents who took the initiative to be a part of this inauguration ceremony. At last, but not the least, I would like to welcome all my friends. And now, we all know that all the students in our school are the members of this English club. And once again, I would like to welcome you all for today's English club inauguration. Thank you.
Next, I invite Reverend Sister Elsa Jose, our beloved headmistress, for inaugurating the English Club activities for the academic year 2021-22.
Teachers and students. I am very glad to know the English club in our school is very active even now. Students, we are physically away from our school because of COVID-19. As we know, English is a global language and is said to be the windows of the world. The knowledge of this language is very important. If we know the language, we can communicate with the world in a better way. So I request you, all of you, that you must use the opportunity to know this language. Wish you all the best. I declare that the English Club is hereby inaugurated. Thank you.
Next, I invite Master Bibul Paul from Standard 10D for wonderful speech.
A very good morning to one and all respected teachers and my dear friends. Today I am here to speak few words about English as a global language. This is a relevant and updated subject. I am very glad to speak few words about this topic. On this auspicious day, I stand before you with a great pleasure on behalf of the English Club. English has achieved the status of a global language The modern English, described as lingua franca, is the dominant language in the whole world. The English is a language of global business too. The ability of English language to learn words from other languages made this language easy, comfortable and more flexible. The more flexible languages made this language more popular one. English is official language or second languages in many countries like India. Kindness, compassion, broad-minded outlook, service-minded attitude, extra are needed for the successful completion of life. Today, I wish to ask a question before society that who is responsible for the degradation of the moral value of the youth. Fortunately, new curriculum is arranged in such a way that people can learn more English. Man never lives alone. A company of well-wishers makes his life happier and meaningful. However, those malignant thoughts like anger, envy, selfishness makes his life unworthy. Globally, no more language has achieved the progress of English. It is really good since most effective means of communication is possible through this language. Without this universal language, science or space technology could have never been attained. Medical or higher studies should have never impossible to us. Let us be the people of a great dreams of a better future. Let me conclude my words. Thank you.
And now it's story time. For that, I'm inviting our friend Anvia C. Sabu from Standard 8A for an interesting story.
Hi everyone, I'm Anvia. Today I'm going to tell you a story about the shopkeeper and the traveler. One day, a traveler was walking along a road. He was a very poor man. He had no any money in his pocket. On the way, he sat on a pavement by a hotel to rest. When he sat there, the smell of foodstuffs came from the hotel. He inhaled the smell of frying fish and the meat. Then he said to himself, I got the sensation of the great meal with fish. Now my stomach is full enough. The shopkeeper heard the soliloquy of the traveler. He was not only a fool but also a miser. He came out the shop with anger and rushed to the traveler and caught him by the collar and angrily said, Until this time you have tasted the smell of my food. Since you came here, I want the money for it. Take the money and leave the place. By hearing this, the traveler was shocked, and only he said, I have not yet entered your shop or nothing bought from you. Then why should I give you the money? But the shopkeeper didn't hear this. No one can pass a judgment on it. At last, they decided to see the village chief. The village chief was a very wise man. After hearing this dispute, he came to a conclusion. He said to one of his officials to take some gold coins in a cloth bag and hand it over to the traveler. Village chief asked the shopkeeper, How much money is to be given to you? 5 gold coins, said the shopkeeper. The chief wanted the traveler to count the coins aloud. He counted 10 gold coins aloud. Then the chief said to the shopkeeper, the traveler is going to give you 10 gold coins. Did you hear the jingling of the coins? Yes, the shopkeeper answered. As you saw the coins and you thought that it would be get to you. Now your debate is cleared. Now you owe 5 gold coins from the traveler and gave it back soon. But it's not justifiable, said the shopkeeper. If you want the money for your smell of your food, for hearing the jingling of the coins is too much for payment. At last, the shopkeeper wanted to give the traveler 5 gold coins for his foolishness. Moral of the story, greediness is not good. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.
Next, I invite Master Dhanjay Sajeev from Standard 9A for declamation.
I'm happy to join with you today in what will go down in the history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. 50 years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree is a great beacon light of the hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to long nights of their captivity. But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. 100 years later, the life of Negroes is still badly crimped by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of vast ocean of material prosperity. 100 years later, the Negro is still languished in the corners of American society and finds himself in exile in his own land. So, we have come here today to dramatize a shameful condition.
Next, I invite Master Adriano Nelson from Standard 10E for a beautiful recitation.
A warm good morning to all. Myself, Adriano Nelson of Class 10A, here to recite a beautiful poem by William Shakespeare, The Daffodils. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats over high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a group, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the tree, fluttering and dancing in the breeze, as continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. They stretch along in a never-ending line along the margin of a bay, 10,000 so wide at a glance, tossing their head in their springly dance. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid those sparkling waves in a glee. A poet could not be but gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed and gazed, not knowing what wealth the show to me had brought. For oft I lie on my couch, in vacant or pensive mood, that instants flash upon my inward eye like the bliss of solitude, and then my heart fills with pleasure, like and dancing with the golden daffodils. Thank you.
Hope you all enjoy the various programs, and now it's time for conclusion. For that, I'm inviting our friend Andrisa Sabu from Standard 7A for thanking all of you.
The essence of all beautiful art is gratitude. A very warm and graceful morning to our most respectable HM, Reverend Sister Elsa Jose, worthy teachers, parents, and my dear friends. It's my privilege to propose the word of thanks speech and acknowledge the contribution of those who worked really hard to make this English Club inauguration happen. I am Mrs. Sabu, and on behalf of this English Club and the fraternity and the entire fraternity of this institution, extend my most sincere thanks to the Almighty God who made this event a resoundable success. By His grace and blessings, we are able to make this event what it was. On behalf of my club members, I extend a big thanks to our HN who spared her valuable time of her busy schedule to grace the occasion. Today, we had the opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this will surely be going to encourage us in our future events. Thank you, sister. I sincerely thank Master Jibin Sunny for his efforts towards welcoming all of us. I am immensely thankful to Master Bibul Pol for his outstanding speech. Next, my thanks and appreciation goes to Master Dhanji Saji for the declamation. Then I really want to appreciate Master Adriano Nelson for his melodious recitation. It really made us calm. I also thank NVSC Sabu for her short story. The lesson from her story was really admirable. And even like this can happen overnight, the wheels start rolling weeks ago. It requires planning and a bird's eye for details.
We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very proactive and dedicated staff in our institution who are well versed in their job. Last but not the least, a big thank you to each one of you who made this English Club inauguration a memorable one for all of us. Thank you and have an awesome day.